Chopping block today, we have a 2014 Subaru Legacy Premium 2.5. Left front wheel hub. I drove it the other day with my wife's car. Started sounding pretty gnarly. So I believe it's that. Jack stands there. Pull off the wheel. Start turning into this thing so we can get that front wheel hub replaced. Alright, next there'll be two caliper bracket bolts back here, 17 millimeter. One's right here, the other one's down bottom, so they'll probably be on there pretty tight. See what we can do as far as wrenches. I'm not breaking my knuckles. Okay, just pop this metal in a little bit though. It says thin sheet metal for this car, for sure. I'm sure you can see where I'm pointing to, but this is dented here. Popped that the other day, but I just touched it, it popped right back in. So maybe I'll try and straighten that out a little bit while I'm on here. That one's broken free. Let's try the bottom one. Zoom me back a little bit, see if. Tight. Also, while I'm back here, I'll spread the caliper a little bit with this screwdriver and put pads out. Help slide it off a little easier. I'll take off this brake line bolt right here. It's a 12 millimeter. So when I pull this bracket off, the hose can stretch or relax, and I'll hang it up off this spring. I'll sort about that later. Let's see if the rotor's going to come off. Nope. Rotor's stuck on there. It's going to come off next. Try and beat it around with a mallet. And then the bolt that I pulled out of the brake hose attachment there does fit in these holes. So I think I'll try and beat it free, break up the rust a little bit with a mallet first. But be careful not to hit the studs. I'm trying to reuse this rotor, so there we go, got it free. Okay, that's good. Alrighty. Yeah, bearing doesn't feel loose, but it sure is growly. So if you look in here, you'll see 4 bolts sticking through here. 1, 2, 2 in the bottom. Those are bolts we have to pull out, but this is a car from the Rust Belt with 220,000 miles on it. Never had this changed. So what we're going to do is we're going to PV blast all of these bolts for now and around where the hub attaches to the knuckle, and let that sit for a few hours and come back later in the day to try and get this. So that was my goal right now, is just to get this thing to this position where I could let it soak for a little while. Get from the back side here too, and hopefully get some of that penetrant seep behind this heat shield. Now, this ABS sensor, you can pull it off, but I'm going to try and find out once I pull this nut off here, a 32 millimeter nut, if this axle slides in and out freely, we'll leave that sensor in there because I feel that sensor is going to break off and then it's expensive. So, okay, this nut is staked on the axle, but with the impact, it should be able to round that right off. So we'll see. Try this right now, 32 millimeter. There it goes. Okay. All right, see that right there? The axle's moving in and out freely, so you can leave the ABS sensor in there. It kind of reduces the risk there. And again, these bolts here, I forget, 14s I think. They're kind of, you can get to them, but they're not the best spot. And we'll work on that after letting it soak for a couple hours. So for you it'll be a second, for me it'll be a few hours until I work on this thing again. Okay. Well, I just tried one of those bolts, 14 millimeter on this wobbler here. Rigid, maxed out at 3, little subcompact, 3/8 drill. Didn't even budge. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I tried it, wouldn't even move. So I hope this penetrating oil can do something for these bolts. Otherwise, we're gonna be in for the battle of our lifetime. There's not much clearance back there because the axle's in there. As you can tell, those are pretty coated in rust. I just want to get them to start to move. Maybe some heat on this old knuckle. We'll see what we get into here. But for now, let it soak for a few hours and come back tonight. Okay, well, I put this deep socket on there. Try to move it, and if you see the crack right there, the socket just split. I thought the bolt broke free, but these bolts are tight. It's gonna take some heat, I think. I don't see me getting this out without breaking lots of tools. There's nothing moving there, so this is gonna take a bunch of pain in the neck. Moving up to a 1/2 inch ratchet. We're looking to round this bolt off. Nope, what was that? Oh my goodness. I have to pull this whole knuckle off. This axle's so in the way. Maybe if I break the bottom control arm, get the axle out of the way. Because this is honestly the easiest one to get to is down there, and I'm still having trouble. Holy cow. Got a big impact down at like a 1. Yeah, I do not want to round this bolt off. Well, maybe 2. I don't know if it moved or if I was just... Doesn't look like it moved. This may be horrible. Shoot, I cannot round this bolt off, then this is game over. This axle's completely in the way. If there's a way I can get a clamp or something to try and hold that axle in there. Okay, I found something. This puller here is going to hold the axle in all the way. I'm not trying to pull it off like that, obviously. And then hopefully I can get back here with the axle pushed back enough to get a socket on there squarely so I don't round off this 14 millimeter bolts. So, not fun. Okay. Just don't want to round off these bolts, that is for sure. Wow. There's nowhere here to work. Oh, top one. Okay, that one that's easy. 1. Maybe I just start with the worst one. Doubt it, but okay, that one went nice and easy. What? Oops, there goes my 14. Okay, well, we talk about smoke. Needs a bunch of heat on this 4th one. And it's finally coming out. thing I want to point out in these bolts is because they're through bolts, they get rounded and damaged and rusted. So when you're pulling these out, go back and out, it's kind of got to retap the threads. So don't try and go full and you could break it off. So I've been going back and forth in this bolt for a while trying to kind of cut the threads again. So that's a tip for you. Try to come outside to show you these bolts. Is it focusing? There we go. So some came out easy, other ones had more rust threads. So we got to work it in and out probably 20 times just to get the ones that were really rusty out. This one came out pretty easily, but you can tell just kind of recut the thread. So hopefully it goes in. I'm going to grease these bolts up really good. Hopefully I'll never have to do this job again. This car's not going to last long enough to do this job again, so it'll be okay. All right, so that's what I just did with getting those 4 bolts out. Now I got to start whacking on the wheel hub. All right, so again, I'll take this puller off. That was just holding the axle in so that I can get around the end of that axle with the socket and stuff. So maybe when I put it back in, I'll do the same thing. I'll put that thing back on there to keep it out of the way when I tighten it up. For now, I'll pull that off, and then we'll start hitting this part here, trying to push it out. I have an assortment of hammers. I think I'm going to get to at least this one right here. I may even need the big dog. See how this goes. Okay, hearing and eye protection is on. It's a joke. Nope. Taking the heat shield there. Nope. Oh, I see it opening. All right, we got some movement. I think I was right about this hammer. Yeah, a little bit of movement. Get you in here and show you the gap that's opened up. See that right there? May turn the wheel, right now I have it turned hard over to the right. I may straighten the wheel out so I can hit it from both sides a little bit. See how that works. Okay, one size up. The hammer reaches limit. Okay, now, very careful this axle now. Okay. All right. Whoo! Well, there it is. There's the ABS sensor. Looks like I touched that a little bit when the thing slid down. Everything looks pretty good. Here's the bell bearing. A little gritty. Take this heat shield off, hopefully it comes right off. That rusting off, and then get the new one. Okay, well, the new Timken looks the same as the OEM one. It was like 115 bucks delivered compared to like 195. Again, this car will not last another 200,000 miles, so Timken's a good replacement. So I'll get in here, I'll clean up that face and inside there a little bit. I'll grease those splines, I'll grease the inside of that hub where the bearing seat's in there, and then we'll put it back together in a bit. Alright, so I cleaned up pretty good around there and the top, outside. Now we're going to grease up everything, the spline and the inside there. The new part there, I'll put that on the plate, which has got a little rust on it, but whatever, it's a little heat, it'll last. put that back together. Okay, so I got the top 2 bolts started. Now I'm going to put this back on here so I can get that axle out of the way again. Okay, so I have those 2 fully, so this one's in some, and then I'll put the bottom bolt in a little bit. Putting the bolts back in. Pretty much have all 4 of them mostly seated. Again, using this puller to keep the shaft in so I can tighten it. And then I'll go around and torque these up when I'm done. That's what's going on now. We're obviously going to have to torque this axle nut, but for now we'll just tighten it down a little bit. Just to pull the shaft in, the half axle, and we'll let it torque that to 150 foot-pounds or so. So here we'll put the rotor back on, then the caliper bracket hose, and we'll be reversing the steps. Okay, screwdriver in the bit right here. Tighten that down, we'll stake it. Looks like it's just almost where it was before. Tiny bit past it, which I kind of expect. Get a bigger hammer, that's not working. Okay, got it torqued, got it staked. Got a mess of tools right here. Put the wheel back on. And take it for a test. Put these lug nuts back on. All right, take a test drive and see how it goes. All right, it's good to go. Test drive time. Okay, test drove silent, that's good. So if you have OCD, I apologize for messing up tools, but this is kind of what I used today. Bearing. Yeah, a bunch of different tools to kind of get at those parts. Nothing left in the parts tray was a good thing. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you have a growling front wheel hub in a 2010, 2014 Subaru. I think almost all of them very similar to this. They probably are very similar even years before and after. So anyway, that's it from Red Hawk Valley. Take care.